Imagine walking into a luxurious five-star hotel, where every guest is treated like royalty. Except, hidden among the staff is the owner himself, disguised as a humble waiter. What he discovers about human kindness, betrayal, and the true value of wealth will shatter his world and rebuild it in ways he never expected. Stick around till the end, because this story isn't just about money, it's about the heartbeats that make us truly rich. Alexander Harrington had built an empire from nothing. At 78 years old, the silver-haired tycoon owned a chain of opulent hotels across the globe, with the crown jewing the Harrington Grand in the heart of New York City. His life was a tapestry of board meetings, private jets, and solitary evenings in his penthouse, overlooking the city that never slept. But lately, something gnawed at him, a deep-seated loneliness that no amount of wealth could fill. His wife had passed away a decade ago, and his 2 children were estranged, chasing their own fortunes in distant lands. What's the point of all this if I've lost touch with the people who make it possible? He muttered to himself one rainy afternoon. The idea struck him like lightning during a routine audit. Reports showed the hotel was thriving financially, but whispers of staff dissatisfaction and guest complaints filtered through. Alexander decided to see for himself. He would go undercover as a waiter named Alex. A simple elderly man starting a new job to make ends meet after retirement. With a fake mustache, modest clothes from a thrift store, and a slight hunch to his posture, he transformed. His loyal assistant, Margaret, was the only one in on the secret, sworn to silence. As he stepped into the bustling kitchen of his own hotel, on his first day, the smells of fresh bread and sizzling steaks enveloped him. The head chef, a burly man named Carlos, barked orders without a second glance. "New guy. Don't screw up the orders, old-timer. These guests pay top dollar." Alex's hands trembled slightly as he balanced trays for the first time in decades. He remembered his early days waiting tables as a young immigrant, scraping by to fund his dreams. Now, here he was again, invisible in his own kingdom. His first table was a family of 4. A harried mother, a distracted father on his phone, and 2 kids bickering over desserts. "Sir, your steak is medium, rare as requested," Alex said with a warm smile, his voice steady despite the ache in his back from standing. The father barely looked up, grunting a thanks. But the little girl, no more than 8, beamed at him.
"Thank you, mister."
"You're nice." Her words hit him like a gentle wave, reminding him of his granddaughter he rarely saw. As the day wore on, Alex observed the staff. Maria, a single mother juggling 2 jobs. Young Tim, dreaming of college, but buried in debt. And Elena, the veteran waitress with a sharp tongue, but a heart of gold. They worked tirelessly, sharing laughs in stolen moments, their camaraderie a stark contrast to the isolation of his executive life. Little did he know, this was just the beginning of revelations that would test his soul. Chapter 2. Shadows behind the glamour. As weeks turned into a month, Alex immersed himself deeper into the role. The physical toll was unexpected. Sore feet from endless shifts, burns from hot plates, and the constant hum of exhaustion. But it was the emotional undercurrents that truly gripped him. He overheard conversations in the break room. Maria confiding in Alana about her son's medical bills, how she skipped meals to save for treatments. "I can't afford to lose this job," Maria whispered, tears welling up. Alex's heart clenched. He owned the hotel? Yet his policies on health benefits were stingy, a cost-cutting measure he'd approved years ago without a second thought. Guests provided their own drama. One evening, a wealthy couple dined in the grand ballroom, their table laden with lobster and champagne. The husband, a pompous businessman, berated Alex over a minor delay. "Do you even know who I am?" "I could buy this place," he snarled. Alex bit his tongue, serving with humility. But inside, he seethed. Not at the insult, but at recognizing his younger self in the man. Later that night, as he cleared tables, he witnessed a quieter scene. A young couple on their anniversary, the wife fighting cancer, her head wrapped in a scarf. They couldn't afford the full menu, opting for appetizers, but their love filled the room. "Every moment counts," the husband said softly, holding her hand. Alex slipped an extra dessert onto their bill as a complimentary gesture. His eyes misty. Challenges mounted. A kitchen mishap led to a heated argument between Carlos and Tim, revealing underlying tensions from overwork and low pay. Alex mediated subtly, drawing on his forgotten people skills. But the real test came when a storm hit the city, flooding streets and stranding guests. The hotel became a refuge, and the staff pulled all-nighters. Alex worked alongside them, mopping floors and delivering blankets. In those hours, bonds formed, stories shared over lukewarm coffee. Elena opened up about her late husband, a veteran who'd died penniless. "Life's not about what you have, Alex. It's about who you lift up." Her words echoed in his mind, planting seeds of doubt about his isolated existence. Yet, amidst the chaos, Alex began to feel alive again, part of a team. Not just a figurehead. But the pivotal moment that would leave him speechless was looming, hidden in the ordinary rhythm of service. It was a crisp odd evening when everything changed. The hotel was hosting a charity gala, glittering with celebrities and philanthropists. Alex, in his waiter guise, navigated the crowd with trays of hors d'oeuvres. He spotted his own portrait on the wall. A younger, stern Alexander Harrington, hailed as a self-made legend. Irony twisted in his gut. As the night progressed, he served a table of executives, including one from his board, who didn't recognize him. Their talk turned to profits, dismissing staff as replaceable assets. Alex's blood boiled, but he held back. Then came the moment. In a quiet corner, away from the spotlight, he noticed Maria struggling with a heavy cart. Her face was pale, etched with worry. Approaching to help, he overheard her on the phone. "Doctor, please. My boy's fever is spiking. I can't leave work. I need the tips tonight." She hung up, wiping her eyes, and forced a smile as a guest summoned her. Alex's world tilted. This woman, who brightened every table with her warmth, was sacrificing her child's health for a job in his hotel. He followed her discreetly to the staff lounge, where she collapsed into a chair, sobbing quietly. Tim and Elena rallied around her, pooling their tips. "We'll cover for you, Maria." "Go to your son," Elena urged. Tim added, "I've got some savings. Take it." Their selflessness stunned Alex. These people, earning pennies compared to his fortune, gave without hesitation. Speechless, Alex slipped away to the rooftop, his disguise feeling heavier than ever. Tears streamed down his face as memories flooded his wife's final days, begging him to spend more time with family instead of work. His children's pleas for attention, ignored in pursuit of wealth. He'd built walls of money, but they'd crumbled into loneliness. What he witnessed wasn't just kindness. It was a mirror to his failures. The staff's unity exposed the hollowness of his empire. That night, under the stars, Alexander Harrington vowed change. But how to reveal himself without breaking trust? The resolution would demand courage he hadn't summoned in years. The next morning, Alex called Margaret. "It's time," he said simply. She arranged a staff meeting in the Grand Hall, under the guise of a surprise announcement. As the team gathered, tired but curious, Alex stood at the podium, shedding his disguise. Gasps rippled through the room as the mustache came off, revealing the owner they'd only seen in photos. "I've been among you as Alex the waiter," he began, his voice cracking. "And what I witnessed left me speechless." He recounted the overheard struggles, the acts of kindness, the gala's revelations. Maria's eyes widened in shock. Alina crossed her arms, skeptical. He didn't stop at words. Alexander announced sweeping changes. Full health coverage for all employees and their families, starting immediately. Scholarships for staff like Tim pursuing education. Profit sharing bonuses to reward loyalty. And for Maria, a personal fund for her son's treatment. No strings attached. "You've taught me that true wealth is in the hearts we touch," he said, tears flowing freely. The room erupted in applause, hugs, and forgiveness. Maria approached him, whispering, "Thank you, Mr. Harrington." "But why?" he replied. "Because you reminded me of what's real." In the months that followed, the hotel transformed. Not just in policies, but in spirit. Alexander reconnected with his children, inviting them to see the new him. Guests noticed the warmer service, drawn by stories of the owner who walked in his staff's shoes. Challenges lingered. Old habits died hard. And not everyone trusted the shift. But resolutions came through open dialogues and shared goals. Alexander found joy in small things. Mentoring Tim, visiting Maria's son in the hospital, sharing laughs with Alina. His loneliness faded, replaced by a family forged not by blood, but by empathy. As the lights dim on this tale, remember, in a world obsessed with status and success, it's the unseen acts of compassion that redefine us. Alexander's journey from millionaire to humble witness proves that true change starts with listening. And sometimes, stepping into someone else's shoes. If this story touched you, think about the waiters in your life. A little kindness could leave them speechless too. What's your story of unexpected humanity? Share below. And let's keep the inspiration flowing.